So this is Trump 2.0. We had a series of lawsuits in Trump 2.1 or
Yeah.
1.0. This is Trump 2.0. And, we have about a half dozen lawsuits that we have sued the city of Columbus and other cities that we've led the charge on against the Trump administration. And I thought maybe we talk about this. And there's so many of them that I wrote them down because I didn't want to forget.
Get your scroll out.
Well, we want to know. And my readers. I don't have my readers. But look, we're suing a lot of different federal agencies. We have a case that is against HUD and ODOT over the terms and conditions of grants. The city receives, decades old grant funding every year. And now all of a sudden the Trump administration are adding all these terms that aren't even defined, that we think are unconstitutional, we think are illegal. And we push back and we've sued because it's everything ranging from, homelessness funding, all the way up to paving streets and including paving, like a real world example, paving streets in Linden and saying well, you can't accept this money or sign for it as a city if you engage in illegal DEI. Doesn't define what that even means. Exactly.
What is that
so we pushed back. We won that. There's the case where COVID-19 funding has gone away. And now everyone may say, well, COVID's over. What the money really is infectious disease money. So the Trump administration said, well, COVID's over, so you don't need this money anymore. It's like, well, actually, we have a significant measles outbreak popping up in the United States right now. And so we actually had to terminate 11 people within the Columbus Department of Public Health that do contract tracing for infectious disease like Mpox, like measles, whose job is to go out and identify the source, contain it so it doesn't spread in their community.
Yeah.
They've cut off that funding. So we sued for that. We've got into, this is a crazy one. Planting trees in Linden was DEI because it was a predominantly African-American neighborhood. Not to mention that the data track of the city shows that there's a deficiency of trees in Linden. So yes.
And it makes the neighborhoods hotter.
It makes it hotter, makes the values of the properties go up. It's healthy for families and for kids. And yes, it happens to be a predominantly African-American neighborhood, but the data shows that compared to other parts of the city of Columbus, it lacks trees. It needs to race aside, trees need to be planted there. But the Trump administration tried to cut that off. So, we sued there.